Welcome to Gasper Cottage. Today is the 31st of December 2025 and it's been a glorious year. Lots of bits of the garden have been changed and developed and there's lots of exciting plans for next year. But we have said farewell to the last of our children and peace reigns back here. And it's all very quiet in the garden. At this time of year, there are a few lovely things. As you come in through the gate here, we have a pair of sarcococca either side, and they're just coming into flower now. And within a week, I think I'll have that fantastic scent. Looking at the curved border, the sedums are really the standout feature at some year, but also I'm loving the half frosty lawn and the half green lawn. Just a question of where the sun has got to yet. It is these sedum heads that are so lovely. And they're a really amazing kind of burnt orange colour. Up by the hunky punk in this little corner, it's all about the evergreens and the shapes of the shrubs. So, the two cotinus shrubs, really quite sculptural when you see the shapes there. But here you've got a Viburnum tinus. I think it's a form, I'll need to look up what the form is. It's a relatively small growing form though. But the flowers are small but very pretty and they cut well. And then in there I've got some of this non-climbing ivy, which I'm rather obsessed by. Makes these really lovely kind of sprawling mounds and has these white, kind of greenish white heads on the flowering stems. On Instagram, people are cutting hellebores. Mine are not ready for that. The standout successes for me though this year have been the extension of the studio garden along this path and the incorporation of the new area here, the railway extension, and possibly most excitingly, it's been the way as we've turned this corner, you've come through all these verbena, and these have been amazing. Even now, these verbena heads are staying upright and looking gorgeous. But this area here, there's not a lot to see now. But it's been magical all year. It was a seed mix from Pictorial Meadows. And I'm videoing it now when there's nothing to see. But I'm going to see if I can find some old footage and lay it in so you can just get some idea of how heavenly this has been. But there is, some of it is coming back. If you get down to ground level, there's a whole host of seedlings in there. But I think I've discussed it and we will re-rotivate it. We'll probably be able to, where I've got the area that's under the plastic, we'll be able to take that plastic up, that ground will now be clear. So there'll be a slightly larger area to sow. Probably leave the path where it is. Interesting to see the pond partially frozen. Definitely not going for a dip today. That looks parky. And interesting to assess the planting in this area. The evergreen shrubs in there are really starting to have a definite level of heft. There's a rhododendrons, and as you come round this side, you've got a home oak Very happy ground cover here from this euphorbia. And then there's the little false yew, I think it's called. And I thought I'd finish the video with a little glimpse inside the greenhouse, which is jam-packed. With all sorts of delights. And we do have a heater in here keeping it above freezing. And the cuttings of geraniums, multiply the geraniums a bit ahead of next year. And just step out and enjoy the view for a moment. I'll leave you with that glorious view and my very best wishes for the new year. See you again soon.